I'm here with my wonderful co-host. By my far right hand side, we have Winnie's collection. She deals on all certain things. She has a Winnie collection empire, both food and everything, and every that you can imagine. Winnie is there, and we have Audra the superwoman. We have her in our midst today, or tonight actually in Australia. And you have myself, Ezege, popularly known as Ezege the Luxurious. And today, the topic we are going to discuss today is divorce. So, is divorce an option in marriage? Yes or no? So that is why I have my wonderful co-host tonight to help us discuss and explore so many options about divorce in marriage. So, as we are here tonight, I want you ladies, wonderful ladies that are into marriage, what do you think about divorce? Do you think it's the best way to settle things, or best way, an option rather? When we go to that, we get to the finish line. Is it what you people should use? Is it an option to trigger a marriage? Like we have seen so many marriages today in this generation, the rate of divorce has surpassed the record of marriages in history. So, what do people think the married ladies I have here tonight?
Is divorce an option in marriage? It could be and it could not be.
Well,
So I am of the opinion that if your life is at stake, if you're in a marriage and your life is at stake, then definitely divorce is an option. And what do I mean by that?
yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for example, if you're in a abusive relationship and you've tried to work things out, you've put in the hard yards, and things are still, tibo zobo, you're still fighting over
Trying to,
unnecessary things.
yeah.
Like, yeah, definitely. And if you get to the point where your life is at stake, definitely divorce is an option.
I still strongly believe that divorce is not an option. I mean, look at the olden days when like men were highly toxic. Like were highly toxic and commanding, but the rate of divorce was not there. What do you think that has made ladies to stay in marriage? You know, about like we had like the rate of divorce is increasing today, but the olden days there was nothing like divorce. There is still divorce, but do you think the law has influenced it, or women has woken up, or more opportunity has been opened? Because I think people are really abusing divorce in marriage, to be honest. What do you think, Winnie?
Well, I feel this is my opinion.
Okay.
Just like Odera said, it could be or it could not be, depending on the situation that you're in. But the high rate of divorce that we have in our society today is as a result of maybe like women standing up a whole lot, and then their tolerance level has reduced drastically. Okay, so they feel they now have like so many avenues. Women can now be like, because of the equality, the equality thing, they feel like, okay, this thing you are doing to me, no, you're not supposed to. No, they're now standing up to speak out for themselves. There are so many organizations where, like, even if you don't know, another person will tell you, why are you tolerating this? You can actually go to this organization and they will come to your aid. Okay? Unlike in the olden days where there are no such organizations where women can actually go and lay complaints and stuff like that. And then bringing it further to the Western world where we are today, women has more rights than men. We obviously know that.
That's true.
So that has given women an upper hand to say, okay, if you're not going to do this, if it's not going to go my way, I'll walk away. Even when there is no domestic violence.
Okay, so you're actually trying to say that women are flexing the power
So
of the
yes,
power of law.
they are being influenced. And then another thing there is so many women, or especially young girls, all these Gen Zs of nowadays,
Even millennials. Yeah.
even millennium or whatever.
Millennials and
So many people always be like, they tend to go into marriage with the expectation of getting a divorce if it didn't work out.
yeah, they already had it in
They
mind.
already, so
Yeah.
you cannot like plan about failure of something that you've not started. You already
Yeah.
have failure at the back of your mind.
It's like
So,
a backup plan.
It's like a backup plan where you're going, oh, yeah, let me just go. If you don't work out, I'll just walk away.
Mm.
And then what happened? When you goes into that marriage, anything triggers you, off you go.
Mm.
So there is no such thing as being tolerant. There's no such thing as being patient. You know, patience is a virtue.
So in the sense, you are trying to say that there are so many things attached to marriage which people, the generation of today, is missing. So which they skip all those levels and then trigger divorce.
Yes.
You know, because I know that marriage can be stressful. It can be very lovely. It can be so emotional. It can be sometimes depressing. You know, when the two individuals are pursuing a goal and then one person lacks patience.
Yeah.
The other person will be the receiving end. You know, all these things can happen. And what could lead to that? When those two marriages, those two individuals has missed the value of marriage.
Yeah.
They want to trigger the divorce option. And now, according to research, it says that women are the ones that triggers divorce more than men, especially when it comes to Africa. You know, because people enter marriage with expectations. Okay, let me marry you, because I know that I will go to abroad, or I'll be living large, or
it goes both ways.
Yeah, I know.
The same way you feel women marry with expectation, it's the same way men are coming to marry with expectation.
Yeah, they marry with expectation, but with low expectations.
You see cases like where a grown-up man will be so lazy he can't even do anything for themselves, and you hear a mother saying, "Go and get married so that your wife will be doing all of this." Like, are you getting married?
But it's low. Let's just state the fact. It's low. For you to see a man that is not taking care of the woman is low. It's very rare in the society. You know, we are generalizing the thing here. You know, you can say that I've seen so many marriages that the woman is the what's it called, provider. You know, what's it called? What do they say this thing in English? Breadwinner in the family. But if you want to map it out, it's very low. It's just like a little country of women that provides for men.
It's not true.
It's low. In the generation of today,
no,
it's low.
It's not
but,
low.
But what I'm trying to say,
that's a
no,
generalization.
it's low.
That's not fact.
No, it's low. It's low. In the society of today, it's low. Okay? Let's say women has been given some opportunity. The time is changing. Women are being into more things today. But let's not go to that equality part. You know, let's just focus on issues that leads to that divorce stuff. Because if we want to talk about all this equality and the woman being the breadwinner, that's another topic. So let's just focus on that divorce. Because one of the things that I believe in the olden days is that it's not even about providing. There are so many things that made men to be marrying more than one wives. And then those wives are still there living in harmony. Okay? So why is it that the generation of today, every small thing, bam, divorce. Every small thing, bam, divorce. Let's even bring it to the international level. You know, international marriages. That every small thing, divorce. Okay, let's say people marry people to get papers. You know, that one day. People marry people with high expectations. You go and get into relationship, but you don't marry. And most of these people that even marries these guys, okay, let's say you come to a country, I even blame some government for designing that marriage system. Because all you are doing is giving a man a heart to endure, or giving them tests or trials to go through for them to be successful. It's just like an institution, like a school. That's what people are doing in international marriage today. You know, once you get past that level, you've gotten what you want. What's the next thing? You trigger divorce. Even divorce is not even hard these days. You can just go, bam, file. Even if the other party doesn't agree or accept, you go through the lawyer. Under 1 year, you have gotten your divorce. You know? So I believe that, I'm not cutting you short, but I just want us to explore from so many angles, not just the factors affecting marriage, but why has the law designed divorce to be so very easy? In the olden days, you have to pass through some things to be able to get divorced. And I know in Australia, the stages are go meet counselor if you guys have not had a relationship. If you guys have had a relationship for just 1 year or has just been in marriage for 1 year, they believe that 12 months of you people having problem or is not enough, or 1 year of marriage experience is not enough, because there are some stages where you pass in marriage. There are some phases you pass in marriage. If you are able to pass this phase, you move to another challenge. There's one it's going to be. Then you can never think of divorce. I've never seen someone that has been 20 years in marriage enter divorce. Though it exists, but it's kind of rare. The only thing that I'm seeing is 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, you know, because people has missed the steps. And some of them doesn't even go to courtship before even getting married. You don't even know who you're marrying to. And once you get married...
But that does not guarantee a long-lasting marriage.
Exactly.
Even if you are in a relationship with 10 years, 15 years, you can still get married today and divorce tomorrow.
I've seen someone of 17 years of relationship, 4 years of marriage got divorced.
Of course.
So it's not a guarantee.
Whether you date or you court, it doesn't guarantee.
But I think it will reduce, you know, it will reduce what we are seeing today.
Not necessarily.
Because let's just talk about celebrity marriage too.
Not necessarily. You know? I think, you know, going back a little bit, like in the olden days, like if you ask this question, like if is divorce an option, I think you find that it's also a generational thing. So people of the older generation, so say our mothers and our grandmothers' generation, if you ask them now, most of them will say no, divorce is not an option. They will tell you marriage is hard, but you know, marriage is work, but you know, they'll give you X, Y, Z reasons why you should stick it out and make sure that it works out. You know, you're the woman. You know, our mothers will say
it's always the women.
It's always the women. as though
home.
It is only the woman that holds the home. Like it takes two people, but you find that most of them will encourage.
That's what
you
the generation
as
of today is saying. It takes two people.
Work on your marriage. You know, stick it out till the very end.
Because they have that enduring path. They have that hearth. You know, they have trained themselves to be the people controlling the home. A man might think that he's the owner, he's in charge of the house, but a woman is the one that turns little things. If this thing is upside down, they will turn it to be good. You know, they endure. A man might come and do...
The woman is the neck.
Is the neck. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how it has been working. But today, a woman believes to be the head.
Of course.
And a man is struggling to even take neck position.
That's one of the reasons why divorce is hard.
Yes.
Like when two people come, like I think I've mentioned this in one of our previous episodes about how two alpha people cannot. It's hard for two alpha people to actually come together. They will most likely be going in parallels. You know, and that's why I think there's a saying. You know, love, it's opposites attract. So because usually if you marry someone, say you're alpha male, you're alpha female, you get married, you are used to making decisions. You're not used to, you know, sort of subduing and submitting to another person. And you, an alpha male as well, you're also used to telling people what to do. One person has to, you know,
succumb.
Exactly. Someone, there has to be compromise. You can't both be pushing, you know, from different angles and not trying to come together. So that's one of the, you know, that's one of the, I guess, how do I even put it? That's one of the factors that can actually lead to divorce. Because if you can't come together as one, then how can you possibly work together?
I feel another thing that causes divorce and marriage is just because I'm a religious person, so I will always make reference to the Bible. based on how God made it to be, okay? That men should love their wives and women should submit. Although the submission goes both ways. Because in most cases, people tend to read exactly that place that says women submit to your husband. And they always miss to read from the first version before you get to women submit, which says that both of you should submit to one another.
Of course.
Okay.
Man.
So in marriages of today, I feel that men are no longer loving their wives.
Who told you?
And then women are no longer submitting.
Yeah, women are not submitting, but men are loving their wives.
To the high rates of divorce that we have now in our society. And secondly, you see this thing called patience and tolerance in marriage can never be overrated. Because I feel this is where the problem actually is. Because even men and women, mostly women, are no longer patient enough. Just like I stated earlier, that people are going into a relationship with high expectations. So when they went into it and their expectations are not being met, instead of them to have a dialogue or come to compromise to see how to make it work, they tend to choose the next or closest way out, which is getting a divorce. Which in most cases I've seen marriages that have gone through tough time, like really tough time, but because both of them were patient enough and they all came to compromise, dialogues and stuff like that, finally everybody was okay and happy and marriage continue. When it has to do with marriage, it's not all rosy. Today is sweet, tomorrow is sour. It's sweet and sour. So you cannot justify the bad days of marriage, use it as a means of justification to say, okay, we are not. In most cases, I will be like, have you tried to have a conversation with him? Oh, he can't have a conversation. We can't talk. In fact, we are not compatible. We are. In fact, we can't cohabit.
But the thing is, that is the conversation they should have had before the marriage. Because you need to find out whether you're compatible in the first place.
That's why I called courtship now.
No. It's not even about before, because there are some people that get married without even knowing themselves, without even dating.
They don't even know.
And it tends to work out for them. Yeah. So as you are in marriage, the number one ingredient is communication. You have to be in constant communication with your partner. Yeah. Constant. Don't let there be no bridges. Constant, every single time, anything that happens. And another thing is bearing grudge. When your partner does something to you, instead of you to confront that issue and get it sorted out, you tend to keep bearing grudge. Inside of you, you are dying, you are feeling angry. The other person doesn't know. So when you communicate your feelings in relationship or in marriage, it helps the other party to understand where you are coming from.
Exactly.
So many people have tend to bottled up everything. You can't communicate with your partner, and so every little thing triggers you.
They keep holding it, and one day everything just explodes,
and you just be like, I am done.
The thing there is that, do you know that our grandparents, our parents and great-grandparents, they have been bottling all these things up?
Yes, sure.
But they know how to handle it. They knew how to handle it. But in generation of today, you do this one, I will deal with this man. I will deal with it. Before you know it, ma'am, and now that the generation has, in fact, this world is crazy right now. Nothing is working. Nothing is working again.
Do you know
it's upside down.
And do you know the another annoying part of it is that they tend to make social media now a law court.
Yes.
Bring everything to social.
Thank you for that point.
To calm down, resolve it with your partner.
Everything is
you
out
post it on social media. Dear admin, hide my identity. Hide my identity. Make me anonymous. I do this thing with my partner.
When you post stuff like that
online
on social media, and then people that have not solved their own problem, they are now coming out to come and advise
tell you how you should run your home.
Ask you to tolerate what they cannot tolerate.
People that are not even married.
Yeah, we'll be giving you experience.
You're bringing your marriage issues.
Opening it, washing your undies in public. We will give you award, World Guinness Book of Records.
When I read some stuff on social media, I'll be like,
shake my head.
what is wrong with this?
People are doing it for trend too. You know, people are like, yeah, I'll just go marry him or get divorced.
Yeah.
You know, it's very easy, very simple. I'll just go marry him. Once I finish my whatever, I'll just get divorced. You know, I'll marry a man of my dreams.
Yeah.
Because people marry people that are rich, or it could be
Yeah.
for money, it could be for influence, power.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do these days.
Yeah.
It could be for peppers. It could be for to travel. You know. Because if you see a lot of online relationships these days, interracial relationships and marriages, how does it work? People have high expectations. What happens when it doesn't work out? Divorce.
Divorce.
You can press that button, divorce.
Another point is actually, because you know, you were talking about social media, and a lot of people like marriage, you know, as you talked about, marriage, the origin of marriage is from creation.
It's on creation,
You know, but we've tend to shift our focus from that very definition of marriage onto other things. So going back to social media, like a lot of people, their role models in marriage are celebrities. But you look at celebrities, most celebrities, they sign a prenup.
Yeah.
So if you're going into a marriage already signing something, for me, the way I think about it is you're already planning for divorce. Because you're saying, no, if it doesn't work out, or this is the arrangement that we have in place. So, and people, you know, normal people like you and I would then look up to these people. And you know, if they have the mind,
celebrity couple marriage,
exactly, couple goals, and these are the people you're looking up to. People that have already set out their, you know, their marriage to fail from the onset.
I was discussing with someone that was like, oh, this celebrity, they are my in fact, they are my role model, my couple role model, and I was like, What about your parents?
Every day
no, I asked a question.
That
I asked her,
your
mom and your dad, are they still together? She said, oh yeah. I said, how long have they been married? She said, I think 32 years now of marriage. And you couldn't make your parents your role model. It is this celebrity that is just 2 years in marriage that you don't even know how they are living. Is now automatically
everyone has skeleton in their cupboard. You know? Every home. Yeah. Whether the sweet one, I have my auntie that has been married for like more than 30-something years now. I've seen them quarrel. I've seen them.
Of course,
you know,
there's no marriage without quarrel.
Everyone has their own. But the thing is that they know the boundaries. You know,
yes.
Like they understood the boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm as a husband or as a wife, I know what I cannot cross.
Yeah.
Even if I'm shouting at you, screaming, I know when to stop. I know when to get that message into your head. She knows when to get that message into my head. We know the duration that we should keep quiet from each other. We know the duration that we should fight. If I'm fighting with you and it's crossing 7 hours, I know that I've reached my limit.
Of course.
I have to call you or text you. And then with pride, you call me first one, I will just keep quiet. With pride, I will just keep quiet. Yeah. And expecting you to call back. If you don't call back, I'll be begging God for you to call. You understand? Yeah. Because that's how it works.
Yes.
Everybody needs to create that boundary.
Of course. And that's why I kept saying, you know, two strong-headed people cannot work.
It can work sometimes.
It can work, but it's rare.
Yeah, it's rare.
Because the thing is, okay, for example, this example you gave, you know, if my husband upset me or something and we're both strong-headed, he'll be thinking, no, she will call me. I'll be thinking, no, he'll call me. And then we'll keep thinking 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. And
you know, so like, right. How will I be the one that will submit? How will I be the weak one?
Or shame. Maybe someone finds someone's husband cheating, okay? And they're like, and then he broke their home. They're trying to fix things. And then this lady is like, all my friends knows that my husband has done what my husband has done. I don't think I can be able to stand it. I don't think I can be able to stand my friends talking about it. In case she's already divorced, Adeola is divorced and she's living large. So why can't I live by myself? I'll take half of his property. You know, one thing I understand, we are even missing a valid point. One thing I came to realize is that the condition in which they have included in divorce is even making divorce a business.
Look attractive.
It's a business. Yes, now. it's business now. Because you go to the court, they'll be like, okay, you should take half of the property. Look at these celebrities like Cardi B, them, Kim Kardashian, them. They are all those name them. You understand? That okay, look at Jeff Bezos. Is this Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
The wife became a billionaire. What was
about $3 billion.
How did she earn her money? Divorce.
Yeah, a lot of people, and that's why you remember
Yes.
that footballer who put it.
Hakimi. Ashraf Hakimi. On the mother's name, because it became divorce is now a business. It's a business. No, honestly, it's a business now. Because people go into marriage just to cash out.
That's it. They're like, okay.
Because tell me a reason why you will go into marriage and under 1 year, 2 years, you're out.
You're out. Yeah.
Why? Even relationships can last more than that. And then you go into marriage that you decided as a man and woman, husband and wife, till death do us part. Death will not even, sickness will not come, you're out.
Because
people are no longer respecting the values of marriage.
Because everybody is going there, just like we said earlier, with expectations of what they are now seeing marriage more
as a business. It's a business
than a lifetime investment.
Thank you. I don't know if people really. I don't know if people understand vows. Those vows they read out. You know, I don't understand.
For some people, it's just words now. They're just reading words.
If people really understand the power of words, one, and the power of oath, two, oath is not only when there is a blood. You go to shrine, they will cut your finger, you pour blood. Words, even in the Bible, they say that out of word created the word came out, right? Those words, that's why they say there is power in spoken words. When you make a declaration, even, okay, let's say, you don't even need to speak about it. When, let's say, all these start deck that you do, if you want to do official government something and sign documentation, and you say, I acknowledge, this one.
And then tomorrow
it's even very strong.
Yeah.
To the one, even the one you mentioned with your mouth, people don't understand. People leave a marriage. Let's say, okay, that marriage was toxic, blah, 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 you left, and you came to the one that is peaceful. There is something that must be holding you down from that past if it wasn't settled amicably. The traditional way of settling divorce has process that you have to go. A man has to return with a very keg of wine, returning it to the African way. No, I'm talking about the olden. It's even functional till now.
But it's very rare. Even in the olden days,
it's rare. That's what I'm telling you. That
because one, family still consider shame. You know, people will tend to like mock at you, laugh at you, and your family will become a reference point.
Because marriage
married their daughter and send her
marriage
back.
had value.
So people don't want that to happen in the olden
days. Marriage had value then.
Yeah.
I'm saying that marriage doesn't have value these days. In fact, a relationship is stronger than marriage. In like if you draw the chart. People that does all these useless relationships.
Yeah, but it's just like what we've been saying. Some people's sole purpose of getting married is just what they can cash out. Because they know that paper gives them that security. So once you have that paper, it automatically means if you have kids for the in the case of a woman,
you start paying child support.
If you had kids for the man,
you start doing this one.
Be, paying for the kids, child
support, other benefits as well,
and other benefits on top of that. So some people just go there because they don't want to be with a man, but they want kids. Perhaps.
They want kids. So they want a good life, and they can't
for divorce. Get the mansion. Get all the other benefits and move on with their life, and then
because you just come from nowhere and wreck a man's life just because
and that's why
you
some men are waking
want to be selfish.
The ones that are putting their
rise up, men,
their family,
and uphold your stand. Because these ladies, they have evil plans against you.
But we can't tend to like blame the women 100% because in most cases. Men are the triggers of divorce. Yeah. So you cannot treat a woman right or treat a woman
and then they want divorce,
and treat a woman good.
You can treat a woman very, very
and
well.
Wake up and tell you
if that woman is not in love with you, she will wreck you, she will destroy your life and leave. What is happening in UK today?
Yeah. And also the point that she was saying something. She had a point.
No, she's talking about that men are the main triggers of divorce. But I'm telling you that the rate of divorce, go and Google it, is being like the triggers. No, I understand your own trigger, but I mean like the people filing for divorce are mainly women.
But she was also trying to give you reasons why that is it's the case.
What are the reasons why?
I forgot what I wanted to say.
Of course,
I think
that's what I'm talking about.
We're talking about things that cause women to file for divorce, right?
Yeah.
That's what she was trying.
There's no.
One of the
You will tell me it's abuse.
Biggest one.
Abuse or cheating. Is that not what we say? But I'm telling you that as a man, as like I love the old way of marriage. And the reason why I love the old way of marriage is because a man comes in, tell you what he wants to do. You're a woman who is the neck, you direct those things, and you live in peace and harmony. There has been so many homes that the lady controlled how the marriage works. A man might be so authoritative, blah, 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 but the lady knows the soft spots. The lady knows where the landmines are. So she will always direct the path of the man. So knowingly or unknowingly.
So you feel like, okay, let's assume in a marriage now, okay, the man always goes out, he cheats every now and then, okay?
Serial cheater,
and the woman knows. She keeps on complaining. She keeps on complaining because you feel she's supposed to endure or use the soft spot. You don't know that there's a limit you can put someone.
What would make a man be a serial cheater at home?
What would make? Are you asking that as a question?
I'm asking a question. What would make a man a serial cheater?
So do you?
And the woman is okay and complaining.
Do men cheat?
That marriage, they are not one guy in marriage.
Does men have any reason to?
Exactly.
Do they have reasons to cheat?
Do you think does women they don't cheat, ba?
It's like 70-30.
Exactly.
How is it 70-30?
A woman that
How
is
is
happy
it
in her
70-30?
marriage will not go out cheating. But
a man that is in love with, even in love with the woman,
can be happy in his marriage and still cheat.
We can't cheat.
Yes.
We can't cheat. Do you have proof? Proof or evidence?
Proof is that men are visual.
Okay.
They can love their wives
women are not
so
visual.
much. They will step out, literally leave the door, see a woman and fall.
And fall for the woman.
And still come back. Yes, still their queen. No doubt.
Exactly.
But that's why out and still cheat and come back.
And that's why men will have baby mamas out there, but their wife is still their queen.
Yeah.
And what? Okay, let's turn this to women's side.
Then wait.
When a woman cheats,
when that woman finds out that after everything, you see them working so hard to keep themselves, only for them to find out there is another family somewhere. Yeah. What do you expect happens?
What of the case of men having to raise children that are not their own in the same house with women?
Well, if you feel that if you find out that the child is not your own.
How will you find out?
How do you mean?
Let's say just for entertainment purposes, guys. Winnie husband, I beg. Let's say I got married to you. And then after 17 years, I discovered that it's 6 kids or 5 kids you had for me are not mine.
Well, there are reasons.
I was living in the same roof. We have called child education. We went to church.
There are reasons. Wait, there are reasons where, because I've actually seen where that happens.
Okay.
And there are reasons that could be behind it.
So there is reason for a woman to cheat.
Wait, I'm coming.
And there's no reason for a man to cheat.
She's not saying that there are justifiable reasons.
I'm not saying there are reasons.
They are not. She hasn't.
There's also reason why a man cheats.
There's this page that I follow on Facebook that is people send the girl their life stories and she will read it out and people will comment their opinion. She said that when they got married, after 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, they couldn't have a child. Okay, she had to went separately to her doctor and said, what is going on? The doctor said, okay, if you can get me your husband's semen, because they've been going to their hospital and their doctor has been saying they are fine. Now she had to went to her own private doctor to know what actually is going on
happening.
Then the doctor told her, if you can get me your husband's semen, then I'll run a test and know what's going on. So she went and had used a condom. They had sex. She took some of it, went to her doctor, and after examination, it shows that the man is not fertile.
Okay.
the man will not be able to have kids.
So why can't she complain
And
to
the
the man?
man doesn't even know. This is
Okay.
the irony of it.
Okay.
So what she did was, she was like, I love this man so much that I don't want this thing to hurt us. Okay? She went behind. This is not justifiable. I'm telling you what I read. Okay? She went behind, got pregnant. She had 3 kids for this man.
She didn't have it for the
for
man.
the
Not for the man. For herself.
So for herself anyway. But then the man was happy that they were having kids.
Aye.
Then later on,
Finished man.
no, it's not a finished
He's a
man.
finished man.
Later on, when the man find out,
How did
Okay.
I want to know how he found out.
now
DNA
when they wanted, DNA test.
But what
Something-
What? Yes, thank you.
Something-
What would lead to that
no,
DNA
something
test?
like going to the hospital trying to use blood type or whatever thing. I said the
from
blood
blood-
test.
okay,
Yes. So
yeah.
that was what the man was like. Okay, if this thing, let me just run a secret DNA, and he ran a DNA on the 3 kids, and none was his. And one was his. Then he came back to the wife and said, "This is what happened. This is what happened." And the woman confessed, say, "This is what I found out." The man said it's a lie, that he's fertile. They went back to the hospital and actually find out that he's impotent. So what they did, they came to an agreement, both of them, that those kids are theirs. He's been their father, and these children are now like 12.
How did the woman get pregnant?
Exactly. What about that other?
Where is the source? Where is the source?
Was it Dono?
Yeah,
Did she do a Dono?
No. The person that got the pregnant don't even know. You know how a woman can just play around when she's.
So the woman has been an ashawo. She has been an ashawo,
Yes.
and different fathers, so not the same
I
person.
actually thought she went for a donor.
So what
Which kind
I was
donor?
trying to say in this thing, there could be circumstances.
There are circumstances why men cheat.
They are not justified.
They are not justified.
There's
in
no
any
justified way, but there are
is-
circumstances that
yes,
makes a man
there
cheat.
is- there is no justification to cheating,
Uh-huh.
in marriage especially.
Thank you. That's
But
what I want to hear.
There are some issues. There are some situations that you might be in. Sometimes you tend to get confused.
Do you
Like,
know?
don't
Do you know?
even what to
In the
do.
olden days, if a man cannot get a lady pregnant, that's how they do it. You organize it with your man. You understand? Sometimes a man will borrow another man to get his wife pregnant, or sometimes a woman.
Culture is
It go and do your research. Go and do your research.
Yeah.
In a family
Africa?
in Africa, in Igbo land,
Okay.
in a place where there is lack of children,
Yeah, maybe you
and
can
they are
talk
just
to your friend.
and they are just women. It happens.
sleep with your wife.
It happens. It happens.
I know it's done the other way around, just like Abraham and Sarah now, giving
Yeah.
her handmaiden. But I don't know of
It
men
happens. It happens.
allowing
Yeah.
someone
It
else to
happens
sleep
in
with their
Igbo
wife.
land. It happens.
But then what happens after the person sleeping? You know, men are jealous
It
beings.
happens. No. Let me tell you. Let me tell
How?
you. It happens, and how it happens is that you go and make the arrangement. I don't know if they do go under oath or something. You make the arrangement, and that happens. And once it happens, that's the end of it. It's even there that if you give birth to just ladies and you die, so there's no opening. Like generation is going to end when there are ladies. One lady will be sacrificed to the family to bear a child
Yeah, to sit
in the
back,
family.
yeah.
So the lady will not marry, and men will come, or an arranged man will
Yeah.
come and get her
Yeah,
pregnant.
she will be in the house.
And she will be in
How
the
many years
house.
ago are we talking?
This thing is still happening to you today.
Yeah, it's still happening. Yeah, she will.
It's
she
still
will,
happening
she
to
will
today.
stay back. Even in most cases where a guy will marry a woman,
Yeah.
and then he will just die straight away, maybe after a few months
Yeah.
of marriage.
Yeah.
If the girl decides to stay,
To stay.
and start
Another man
having
will come
kids in that
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
the husband people will accept it
Yeah.
as their children. Yeah.
But the point I was trying to make is that with this story that you just told us, there would have been a justifiable way for the both parties to trash the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, if the lady told,
They can get
if the lady told the man,
what she found.
look at what I found out.
Yeah.
Or guy, looks like you are impotent. Oh.
Yeah, let's
You
find-
can never
find
have a
it
child.
out,
Though.
yeah.
The man will be like, okay, they will cry, they will hug each other and cry through the night, and then tomorrow morning, they will be like, okay, let's look for a donor, which is what people are doing today.
exactly.
You understand?
But I think this happens like when all these things are not being pronounced now. Like it's
12
been
years
like,
ago, there has
like a
done
long
going on
time.
12 years ago.
A long time.
If the kids are 12 years old now, there has been done. What I'm telling you is that there are new fresh cases. It happened to Nedu Wazobia. It has happened to so many people in the US, in UK. It's been happening.
See, I used to tell people, say, if you as a woman can actually walk out of a marriage, excuse me, because maybe you found out that your husband has a baby mama somewhere, your husband equally have the right to walk away if he found out that the child that you does not belong
it's
to
happening
you.
today. So
And it's everywhere. I don't know. The other time I commented on something, I said like I said something on Facebook and they were attacking me that they should include DNA tests in Nigeria as part of their law because
people are stupid.
So many things are happening. I know in Igbo land, like we don't really tend to like every child is a child. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
Where it came from. Yeah.
But because of how things are being done, the world is changing, is evolving every single day.
The world is not changing. The world is they are going to their ruin. Because nothing is good in this world again.
Honestly,
nothing is being done the proper way.
I'm telling you, if you feel that the children that you have, like you're not comfortable, you don't really know, you have every right to go check if they really belong to you.
Well, for me,
it shouldn't cause any issue. And I don't understand why maybe they will be asking a lady to go do a DNA test and you're dragging it back and forth. If you are pretty sure that this
go and do it.
Then why
you go and do it?
Scared? Like, I don't
understand. In my own conclusion and suggestion, I just think that divorce is not an option in marriage. For you to go into a marriage, you have to
really, even if there's abuse.
If there's an abuse, there are ways to tackle it.
How? Which
ways
to tackle an aggressive man?
Yeah,
an aggressive man has
abuse to the point that your life is
women has lots of support today.
And I'm not talking about just women. Abuse on the part of a man as well as a woman.
A woman,
because women still, it's both.
There are psychological abuse. It's not just physical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
emotional abuse.
Exactly.
I believe. Wait. Before you deal with a guy or a lady, there are some things. That's what we call red flags. What we people have nicknamed red flags. There are behaviors that you will see. You wouldn't want to enter into it. But if you take the risk to enter, you've entered.
So whatever, come what may, stick it out.
What is for better for worse?
Yeah, actually, for better for worse, just like I said earlier, people shouldn't be going into marriage with a.
Thank you. They have for better for worse.
With a mindset of getting out if it doesn't work. So you have to go in with the mindset of they will see what that for better for worse stands for in union is. There's gonna be good days and
there's gonna be bad days.
Definitely gonna be rainy days.
Thank you.
So in those times where it's all sweetie, we are there to
Rosy
and
marching outfit era
where it is in your lower points as a person. I will be there to support you. I will be there to encourage you. Okay, no matter the circumstances, even when the trouble comes, the Bible said that when two comes together, they will chase 10,000. So the two of us will come together.
Did they say they will chase 10,000?
Yes.
When two come together?
Yes.
It's in Bible.
Yeah. So what you have to do is be there, know that okay, this is the bad time of this marriage. Yes. Of course, every marriage experiences. Yeah. And let me tell you, these are the times that people's patience, people don't expand their stretch their patience, because every marriage have this phase where it's trouble morning, trouble night, trouble morning, trouble night. You be like, God, what kind of life? This is not what I signed up for. So if you are not able to stand firm at that point and hold it and say no. See, that's one thing I told my husband. I say, see, Mr. Man, we die here.
Yes, sir. That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
We die here. No matter what it is, we'll go verse. Drink water, go to bed, wake up tomorrow and continue.
Yes, of course, of course.
So that is the mindset that we already have. So what I'm trying to say is that no matter what happens, even if you go and cheat and have a baby mama outside, we will come to a compromise. We will have to work it out. That? Oh yes.
Okay.
I told somebody, someone was asking me one time.
Please go and have the baby outside though.
Somebody was asking me one time, could cheating be a break deal for you? I said no. I'm saying it on camera. I said no. I can only walk out when my life is at stake.
Yeah, at stake. Yeah, when your life.
Whenever
is
you
in
raise
danger,
up your hand on me,
that's
it for me.
That's only valuable.
That's it for me.
Reason to trigger
So
that
now
divorce.
you agree.
No, as I mean, no. I'm a human being. I'm a human being.
Nothing should make someone leave.
So you come back now, Ezekiel, and your wife will be like, wait, your wife will be like, where are you coming from?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Boom,
Boom, boom. You'll be like, am I dreaming?
If I'm not dead, I will continue.
If you're not there.
If I'm not dead, I will continue now. The only reason why a man or a woman should trigger that option, I think the percentage should be very low. That 2% of the trigger is when your life is in danger. Yeah. Like there's no help.
That's exactly what we're
That's the only thing. But shit, so you people can work it out.
But it can be worked out. It can be worked out. But everyone's tolerance level is different.
Yes.
That tolerance level is the devil. No.
Hang on, let me finish.
Finish.
Some people.
Nah, now using English. Tolerance level.
No, some people's deal breaker is cheating. Some people, other people's deal breaker.
Who introduced deal breaker? When did that sentence come into existence?
Just like I said that cheating for me is not a deal breaker.
But some people,
that does not mean
that everyone is exactly.
No. That does not mean when you become a serial cheat.
That
it cannot become a deal breaker for me.
That is when.
But it will not be for maybe the first second, maybe the things I feel that we can resolve or have a heart-to-heart chat.
If your husband is cheating, work it out with him. If your wife is cheating, work it out with her. If
can you be the one? Can you work it out with your wife?
I can work it out. I can work it out. Why are you saying me? I can work it out.
I'm asking you as a man now.
As a man, if my wife cheats, I can work it out with her.
You can work it out with her.
Of course.
And if she's a serial cheater,
If she's a serial, people should not make me speak at a high English. If she's a serial cheater, okay, then you know that I've tried to work it out with her, but it's not working out.
And then what happens? You will divorce her.
Why would I divorce her?
So what are you gonna do then?
Anything that leads my wife to be cheating, to be a serial cheater, then you know that I'm not even longer in that marriage.
That means you will be long gone.
That means that if she's a serial cheater, then I've been a president of 3 countries cheating. So it's no longer marriage. You understand? So, but anyways, I think we've had fun with this. So, guys, I know that we've dropped some bombs of points, and we've commented and explored the oceans of ideas for this topic. And we can't even say enough. We can't fit it in one episode. So what we are trying to say is that you should share your ideas. Tell us whether a divorce is an option to trigger a marriage. If it's yes, then tell us your reason. If it's no, tell us your reason. For me, I stand with the no people, unless if your life is in danger. And this comes to the conclusion of this topic. And stay tuned and make sure you also like, share, and subscribe. And please don't forget to comment, because when you comment, we see from your own side too. We see from your own opinion. See you next episode. In real life matters. Thank you guys, and see you next time.